Welcome to Wrestling is Hard, where every side is the dark side of the ring. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at hard4wrestling. Email questions and complaints. Gmail.com. I'm Jim. You can follow me on Twitter at Jim Lorraine Bar. Brandon is he's on assignment in a warehouse. It's this week. Good luck, corporate man.
Chris, on assignment, I'm wonderful. I'm not an assignment in corporate hell, so that works for all of us.
How was your week?
It was a week. I got nothing. Went to the world famous pub in South Jersey.
Okay.
Yesterday for like a late lunch, early dinner.
Pensauken? Is that Pensauken?
Camden.
Camden.
Yeah, that's Camden, New Jersey. If you're not familiar with it, it's a restaurant that they just ripped out of 1968 and shoved, or kept alive, I should say, in South Jersey. And pretty good. Not spectacular.
No, it's not spectacular.
It's
fun. A little pricey for what it is.
Little pricey for what it is. It's fun. Everybody yesterday, and being in the business, I didn't give her a hard time, but the server had a terrible fucking attitude, and but she was also getting no help by probably some manager that's some old bag and just hiding in the back. So I actually pitied her more than was angry with her.
Yeah, it's the old short staffing thing. A lot of people are like that.
Yeah. We're like that too, where you can't get a goddamn day off. But other than that, good meal. Had a good time, and yeah, I mean, we did it up. We also went out to dinner on Saturday night, so it was like a big weekend of shoveling food in my face. It was a high caloric weekend.
Where'd you go Saturday? Did you go to Olive Garden?
No, we went.
Why not?
We went to
Maggiano's.
Maggiano's. No, what's the other one? There's a lot of them.
Italian Bistro?
Yeah, Italian Bistro. Remember that? That's still around. It's still up there. No, we went to Spazzo, an Italian restaurant in Old City, Philadelphia. So that was good. So it was like I said, a weekend of caloric calamity.
Nice.
Yeah.
But the sushi, it was good. Sagami in Camden. It's called Collingswood, but that's definitely Camden. So.
No, Sagami's Collingswood, isn't it?
It's on 130 before you get to the train bridge.
So it's like 130 before you get to the train bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's on the other side of the train bridge.
We're talking about another one. Yeah. I don't know that place. Oh no, I do know that place. It's right by my house. All right. Yeah, I'm familiar with the one you were talking about. Mm-hmm. I thought you were talking about one that is technically in Collingswood.
Osaka.
I don't know the name of it.
I've been there too. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. It's all BYO. It's nice.
But I know Sagami. Well, Collingswood is a dry town, but I know Sagami. I'm familiar with it. I drive past it every day going to work.
Mm-hmm. Looks like I don't know how to describe it. Looks like a bunker.
Looks like a dump on the side of the road.
Yeah, it's got exactly what it looks like. It's got cube windows.
I've seen it. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's on the yeah. Uh-huh.
Worst parking lot in South Jersey, I think.
Yeah, probably. So
good times.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I got this, by the way. I'm gonna hold it up for listeners at home. You can't hear it, but you can see it. Grab this if you go on YouTube, our YouTube channel. Wrestling is Hard Productions. I got this cool Io Shirai in a really tight gear toy.
Nice. Was that a order or was that a found in the wild?
This was, I was walking through Target and I said, let me check it out. Oh, there's Io Shirai. Nobody wants her. I do.
Yeah, you found that in the wild. We, in the collector, hunter world, call that.
Hunter-gatherer.
Yeah, I honestly don't like ordering. I like finding everything in the wild.
Unless it's, special order shit.
Yeah, unless it's like from a company you can't get in the store or something you're not going to, then I'll definitely do that, or it's pre-order. But other than that, I'm a big fan of finding it in the wild.
Yep.
Because you also get that that moment of like, do I really want this?
Yeah.
Because today I was in Walmart and they had the there are two different Panthers for the Masters of the Universe Origins line. The original Panther was flocked.
Panther,
the cat.
Yeah, gotcha. Yes.
It's basically Purple Battle Cat. So Purple Battle Cat is the original one that came out for the Origins line was just plastic. A new one came out that was flocked. I was in the store today and I saw the flocked one and I had it in my hand and I went, yeah, I don't really care. And I put it back and walked away. You know, you have that moment where it's like, you're like, there was a moment you could I stood there and looked at it like, yeah, no. If it was online, I probably would have been like, yeah, all right, give it to me. And then 2 weeks later, I've been like, fuck, I just bought this thing.
Are the new ones posable?
Yeah.
Because the old ones, listeners, if you don't know, the old ones used to be stationary. Just like, rare, like, you know, a ceramic cat statue you would see in like a gaudy furniture store.
Yeah, trash.
Yeah.
Battle Cat was a trash toy. I'm sorry.
It was.
It was in 1983.
Yeah. Lots of stuff happened this week in wrestling. You want to talk about?
Yeah, let's do it.
First, we'll talk about Dax Harwood of the FTR guys was on Renee Moxley. What are we calling her?
She's Renee Paquette.
Renee Paquette's podcast. He basically tells the story about how he was going through some depression because he didn't like where his career was going. He talked to the wonderful, all-time great, sold his left eyeball to the devil to get his back fixed. HBK. And HBK gives like, I went through the same thing. I found my wife. My wife was wonderful. Oh yeah, my wife is wonderful too. You're just gotta deal with this. It's gonna support you, bring you back from the brink. And then the moment he got around his real cool dickhead friends from the clique, he just started making fun of Dax Harwood. Chris, thoughts on the wonderful, wonderful man, HBK?
So this is the same guy that we watched the documentary of earlier in our little podcast run here, and it was on A&E. And he basically said, well, I was a dickhead, but I found God, so I don't have to say sorry for any of it.
Yes.
He's a piece of shit. You know, I mean, as I'm starting to see that anybody that's had a long-term success and relationship with Vince McMahon is, you got to kind of be a piece of shit to be able to endure that crap.
You got to be bigger, a bigger piece of shit.
Yeah, bigger piece of shit to where whatever. But yeah, it's gross. He's gross. It's gross. The entire crew's gross. I will say he did say that the only one that wasn't a complete dickhead was Sean Waltman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he's like, I hope I run into Sean Waltman later so I can tell him. Like, you know, the one that everybody hates is the only one that's not a fucking garbage can.
Yeah.
You know?
Good times.
Yeah. Good dude. Shawn Michaels and his crew. Who was the crew that was with him?
I'm imagining the clique was Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Trips.
Well, Trips was definitely there with his fucking giant nose of fucking Shawn Michaels' ass.
Yeah. I think that's a maybe. Hey, maybe Flair was there like woo. No, Flair wasn't invited.
Flair's not. Yeah, Flair's not. He wouldn't be invited. So yeah, so they're still all pieces of shit, especially the world's biggest piece of shit, Scott Hall, still treating people like garbage.
Yeah, you think you learn your lessons, a little bit of humility after all the trials and tribulations that these guys go through.
After showing up on a documentary about Sake the Nake, in a wheelchair on an airplane, getting pushed in a wheelchair with a fucking Hatchet Man hockey jersey on, you would be able to show a little you've hit that low in your life, you'd be able to show a little bit of humility. Fuck, man.
Oh, man.
So shitty.
Got the press on. Pussy. I bet you that's what happened.
Wonderful.
Yes, wonderful human beings.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have anything else negative to talk about? Let's get it all out of the way.
I don't know. What else we got?
I don't think we do. I think it's all good stuff. Well, we got stuff to make fun of, but it's not negative. That's the big negative thing. Okay, let's talk Stardom. Kairi Sane, Kairi Hojo, now known as KAIRI, stylized capital letters, was revealed as the Stardom Towel Lady, which we predicted. In the press conference, Rossi Ogawa says her name before she reveals herself. And then she says, why'd you reveal me before? I was making a big dramatic reveal. And she still did the dramatic reveal, took all slow, took her hat off, her towels off. It was all ridiculous. But it ends up happening that she's going to have a tag match at the 2-day, Ryogoku Kokukikan show. And then she's going to have a one-on-one match. She gets attacked by Odayo Tai. Then it comes out that she's going to have a one-on-one match the second day of the Ryogoku show with Starlight Kid. Chris, thoughts?
I'm really excited about this. I don't really have many thoughts because I don't really, I'm not down with the Stardom clown.
Yes, you are.
But,
yes, you are.
Yeah, no, I am. But I'm still the nuance of what's going on with the storyline. It still hasn't there's still some gaps in there that I'm going to need filling in. And you know, be able to do that by watching. I'll put the pieces together. But yeah, no, I'm really excited about this. I think Kairi Sane, man, that was a bad fucking move. I mean, I don't know. I guess she wanted to move back to Japan. But like, you know, it's another one of those weird, like, well, another one of them Vince-isms where it was bring her up to the main roster and then all of a sudden, let's see how racist we can get without actually being racist.
I mean, she did well with the card she was dealt with the Kabuki Warriors.
Fantastic.
They were a highlight during the pandemic. And was that before pandemic? I don't remember.
During, I think.
During.
Yeah.
They're part of the highlights of the show.
Probably
she comes out and they book her like, you know, Stardom books her like a badass and not like a sidekick in this. And immediately she comes off as a badass. She got beat up by Hideo Tai, and she's like, "Yeah, I like that. That's good. Let's fight." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, man!"
Yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be fun.
It should be good.
And she's going up against. I was gonna say she's going up against Starlight Kid in the second match, which should be
second
really
match
cool.
is 1-on-1 Starlight Kid. Yeah,
yeah.
And then she's already agreed to wrestle Natsupoi after that. So she's got a couple of matches already lined up. So it's not like she's going to be she might not do every house show, but she's going to be around. Also, Prominence came in and wrestled Donna Del Monde. It's still not streaming, so I guess we'll talk about it when we get closer to actually the pay-per-views. No, not that pay-per-view. There's pay-per-view tonight. But she goes down, and then there's a big confrontation, and Suzuki comes out to give Julia a birthday gift, and the birthday gift is a fluorescent light tube. She wants to smash over her head. Barb Sasaki, the fucking ref grabs it off her. She unwrapped it.
Was it wrapped as the wrap tube?
Yeah.
Like didn't even hide it. Wasn't in a box. Nothing. It was like
this is a tube with plastic on it.
Wrapped with plastic.
I fucking love it, dude. One of the fun things is that Stardom, it's booked well, but like the little things, like keeping secrets, stuff like that, it just they're just like it's chaos at times, and this whole thing was pretty good. I fucking enjoyed it, but the match itself is not available, so we'll have to wait. But Risa Sera rules, so I'm waiting to see that. Her versus Suri, we're gonna get a couple people. It should be fun. Are you stoked now? Are you more excited now that Kairi's there? I think it's a huge fucking deal.
Yeah, it's huge. And like I said, it gives me somebody I'm just getting to know most of the characters, and it gives me somebody that I can relate to, like right off the bat, that I have not only do I know who they are, but I'm a fan. So makes it easier. Yeah.
During her press conference, she's like, I'm in the best condition of my life. And then she takes her friggin' coat off and she's fucking ripped. It's like, all right, here we go. Let's fucking do this. I have a feeling she's going to Hideo Tai, though. Little spoiler alert. I think she's going heel. I think we're all going to be surprised. Expecting her to be a good guy. She thinks she's going to be evil.
Either way, I don't care.
Love it.
Doesn't matter.
Real quick, we'll glance on this too. The 60th anniversary Korakuen Hall show was announced. Korakuen Hall's like a mecca of wrestling in Japan. They put out a poster, and it has a bunch of names on it, but the only names that have confirmed are night one of their 60th anniversary show will have New Japan and All Japan wrestlers. Now, Chris, I know you don't know anybody from All Japan, and I don't expect anyone to know it. All Japan is such a dead product at this point. They have Kento, what's his name? Kento Miyahara? Yeah, that's their like big guy. They really don't have any. They don't have any.
Have they been around the entire time? Did they disappear and come back? So they've been around since I watched it when Stan Hansen was in there.
Right. And all those guys like left with Misawa. The entire roster left when he went and created Noah. And I'm trying to think of the other guys that are involved. There's one word name dude with blonde and black hair. I don't know. It's a bunch of random dudes. I mean, they're good wrestlers. It's just that who watches it? They're real old now at this point. Which should be fun. Whatever. All right. So New Japan Pro Wrestling for the 50th anniversary announced a 48-person New Japan Cup. Now, Chris,
I can't wait to hear this.
All right, here we go. Did you get a look at this? Because if not, I'm just gonna. All right, here we go.
No, you told me, and I figured maybe we just run through what we can run through.
Now I'll go through the matchups, and every single matchup has someone they face in the bye in the second round. So you got two guys facing each other, and then the winner faces someone in a bye. Here we go. I'm going to go through the list. Kazuchika Okada versus El Desperado. Sounds good, right? Exciting. Winner faces Master Wato.
Oh, God. Go, move on.
Next matchup. Toru Yano versus Taichi. Winner faces Hiroshi Tenzan.
Oh, my God.
Yuji Nagata versus Hiroki Goto. Should be hard hitting. The winner faces Dick Togo.
Stunned. Keep going.
Sema, who is the GLEAT guy.
GLEAT.
Yeah. He's facing Taka Michinoku, who they scraped the mothballs off of about 2 months ago. Brought him in. Winner faces Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Okay, that should be a good match. Whoever faces Kanemaru should be good. It'll be Sema. Hiroshi Tanahashi faces Yo. The winner faces Bad Luck Fale.
Oh, my.
Yep. Tox Fale. They're just flying him over for this. Tetsuya Naito is facing against Yujiro Takahashi, with the winner facing Gato.
What the fuck is going on?
We're not done. We're still in the first half. Togi Makabe versus Jeff Cobb. Winner faces Satoshi Kojima. Tomoyoki Hanma, of course, versus Yoshihashi. The winner faces Young Lion Kosei Fujita. All right, so let's stop there for now. This is obviously randomized, right? Except for the first match. It has to be.
Yeah.
Like they hit random. Not a single. I'm looking through this list. Here's the bye, guys. Forget about the matchups. Kota Ibushi's back. That's big news. He's facing the Great Okarni. Here's your bye dudes. Taiji Ishimori, Doki, Sanada, El Phantasmo, Tonga Loa, Tiger Mask, Tama Tonga, and Minoru Suzuki.
So
there you go, Chris. Thoughts? Are you excited on this?
Everybody you name that has a bye, other than Minoru Suzuki, and to a much lesser extent, and I may be missing somebody, but to a much, much lesser extent, Kanemaru, at least a fleshed out character, and he can work, is a fucking bum. Oh, Bad Luck Fale.
You get Sonata.
Yeah.
You got Sonata. Hold on, I'll go through the guys that like.
Bad Luck Fale.
Bad Luck Fale hasn't wrestled really there in fucking months, so it's like he's a nobody right now.
Yeah.
Sonata, El Phantasmo has been on the tours, Tama Tonga. But you mean to tell me that you don't think Dick Togo should get a bye?
Dick Togo, the one I think she's definitely gonna buy is fucking Gato.
Wait, are both of them in there? Yeah, Jato's in here too.
Bye.
Jato's facing Chase Owens in the first round, and the winner faces Tiger Mask.
Oh God, Tiger Mask is another one.
That's good.
They'll get that fucking Tiger Mask to anybody at this point.
I think we're working. If looking at this, you got Kota Ibushi on one side as a favorite, I would imagine. Zack Sabre Jr. is on one side. He always wins in tournaments. Will Ospreay, Takagi, Hiromu Takahashi. It's pretty much on the one side. The other side, we got Jeff. Well, just based on their booking, Jeff Cobb, Naito, Tanahashi, Hiroki Goto, El Desperado, and Kazuchika Okada. And Master Wato, of course, is going to win this whole thing. Chris, are you excited to watch this?
I mean, I don't even know. No, yeah, no. I wouldn't say if I can't figure it out, the excitement is definitely not the word to use to describe how I'm feeling about watching this.
They're not bringing anybody over from New Japan Strong, the U.S. base. It starts March 2nd. It'll be over at the end of the month. You have a month of this you can watch.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, good times.
I don't think when you said that list, the bye guys, and even Minoru Suzuki, I would assume everybody that has a bye is going to lose.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they're all going to lose.
Seems like
Minoru
it.
Suzuki loses constantly, so he's an attraction. He shows up for a match, everybody, yeah, song, and they all get excited, and then he just slaps some people around and loses, and everybody's happy. He goes back to his store.
The way the first round is set up, like Okada versus Desperado, and then Master Watts is the next guy. I have a feeling Okada's losing that first match. That'd be crazy. Okada versus Watts. Ooh, we might get Okada versus Tai Chi in the third round. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to watch a single match from the first round, but I might wait until the third round and start watching it when they start mattering. It's kind of fun because it's like different than March Madness. March Madness, you watch, the most fun is the beginning of the tournament.
Oh yeah, that first weekend is the best part.
Yeah, those 8-9 games or whatever the fuck they are. That the matchup where you don't know who could possibly win.
Exactly.
And, there you go. New Japan still got. Oh, by the way, New Japan just had a show recently, and you'd be surprised to hear that Show and Yo are still feuding. They had another match. Good times.
They're killing it. Their booking is.
Now you know why we're not covering them anymore. See you for the New Japan Cup final.
Jeez.
All right, what else we got? We'll talk about the Kenny Omega interview with Meltzer. Well, let's save that for a minute. Okay, Jay White was on Impact. He attacked Tama Tonga. So there you go. Thoughts, Chris? Jay White attacks Tama Tonga.
I don't care. I like Jay White, but I mean, I really Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga, I think, is the only. I guess Bad Luck Fale's back, right? So he's like they're the two OGs, and then beer guy, Carl Anderson, he's still floating around somewhere, right?
Yeah, he was. Jay White sided with those two, those dudes.
But can we just finally admit to ourselves that everything involving the Bullet Club is just essentially just dead?
Yeah, I mean, House of Torture is a splinter group of the Bullet Club, and they're absolutely awful to watch.
They're terrible. And then you have Jay White attacking Tama Tonga for no reason. Tama Tonga, who is just, I mean, he's been wrestling the same match since I first watched him to now. He's been basically in the same exact match from my first experience when he was wrestling singles, and now it's the same tag match every fucking week. So who cares? I mean, and really anything it's almost like you get relegated to Impact, right?
I got a lot of people now.
Anybody, yeah.
It's like New Japan Light over there.
Yeah, I mean, but are they drawing anything? I mean, I know I saw a bunch of videos over this past weekend that Matt Cardona wrestled Jordan Grace for the multimedia championship.
Yeah.
Look, like Matt Cardona, I'm not a huge fan of his, but it's not that because he's bad. I just don't care. But he can be in good matches. It's not like his matches stink. He can wrestle. He's a good wrestler. He's a good wrestler, and he's a good personality. And Jordan Grace, I think, as far as low key, is one of the most probably one of the most exciting. I don't want to say exciting, but she's probably one of the most I'm the most excited for her out of probably any woman right now, other than Kairi Sane. But I've seen a lot of Kairi Sane. I guess what I'm saying is she's got some momentum building, right? Yeah. So I mean, everybody else we've seen. It's not saying that she's better than this one or she's better than that one, but we've seen it all. And we've seen it all a lot. And especially when you're talking about, wrestling promotions that are basically just doing reruns every week. So we're seeing the same matches or variations thereof. She's got some momentum behind her. She definitely doesn't look like anybody else. She's a fucking tank. She can work. So that I was watching some of that. I found that to be exciting, but who cares about anything else that happens on Impact? I mean, that is just such a fucking dud, man.
25 years old, Jordan Grace. She's 5'1", 150 pounds.
And she's a fucking beast.
I thought she was from Pennsylvania. She's from St. Louis, Missouri, according to Cage Match. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fun to watch. But besides that,
who cares?
yeah, who watches Impact? I bet. I mean, it has to them doing these storylines on Impact, New Japan doing storylines on Impact has to be because of New Japan coming to AXS directly after Impact in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks from now.
Not this week. I think it's 2 weeks. Might as well tie it together.
100%.
Yeah. Have you been able to? Have you watched it on Access?
Are you talking about Impact?
New Japan.
New Japan, no. But I mean, they're not on now, right? Or are they still running the?
They
old
are.
ones?
They're playing reruns.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched it. I mean, I mean, we used to watch it a while back. But I mean, I'll probably
when it was on like
out.
Friday or Saturday nights, it was great.
Yeah, I'll probably check it out. I don't know what day of the week they're running. Thursday, maybe Tuesday or Thursday.
They're both on Thursday, so Impact's on at 9:00, and New Japan's going to be on at 10.
Well, so I'll never see them because I work Thursday nights. But the one thing about Impact or Access TV that they do, they run Impact on Thursdays all day. Like it's on from early in the morning all the way up until the newest episode airs at night. But they run like pay-per-views and spotlight shows and all kinds of shit. Like they run it all day long. When they used to do it on Tuesday, that's what I would watch while we were getting ready for the podcast. Because they'd have like, whatever, Bound for Glory 2 from 2002, whatever, you know what I mean? So they run it all day long, and they run a lot of the old shit, especially if guys that are being featured in that program are big in WWE. A lot of AJ Styles.
Right.
So I don't know. But their product is the writing and the production value of Impact is fucking atrocious.
So I'm working Cage Match into our podcast now, into the episodes. Going to Cage Match for reference. It's our it's going to be our big reference tools these days. But very interesting. I mean, I know this, but for listeners on Cage Match, people can rate your wrestler, basically 1 through 10. She generally, I mean, her overall rating is a 7.76. She's got a lot of 9, 8, overall rating. Someone voted a 0. Here we go. This is Cass.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear this.
12/11 of 2021.
Says
0.00. Revised rating dropping to a 0. She's fine as a wrestler, I guess. Whatever the opposite of Brody Lee and Larry Sweeney might be, people that adored not just their own fans, but wrestling fans generally, doesn't come close to adequately describing Tricia Parker. What does that mean?
What?
Right again. Let me do that.
Yeah, please do.
Whatever the opposite of Brody Lee or Larry Sweeney might be, people that adored not just their own fans, but wrestling fans in general, doesn't even come close to adequately describing Tricia Parker. Tricia Parker being Jordan Grace.
Okay. All right. So let's
translate that for me, please.
Okay. So I think what he's saying is that Brody Lee and Arthur Fonzarelli or whatever the fuck the other guy's name was, who I don't know who that is.
Larry Sweeney.
I don't know who that is. Did he run for like union rep in Philadelphia at some point? They love and appreciate their fans. And I don't even remember what her real name is, and it's none of my fucking business because I don't care.
Tricia Parker.
Tricia Parker does not care for her fans. So here we go. Jordan Grace.
Yeah, let's play this. Let's play what happened that upset this guy. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to do it because I'm going to do this off of evidence that was given to the general public by her. So I'm going to put the pieces together. This isn't conjecture. Jordan Grace has a OnlyFans account where she works out in a bikini. That's, I guess, her OnlyFans account because somebody I know, not me, did a little investigation.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it wasn't me. It was somebody I know.
It couldn't have been you. No.
It was Surish or from whatever my name is spelled backwards. Okay. So anyway, she posts quite often when people try to scam her or when people, your problem is we should get more feet pics. There's a lot of that stuff, you know, and a lot like, and when you hit the link for her, it's called Barbells and Bikinis. When you hit the link, right? Because I thought it was a store.
I'm going there.
initially.
I'm going right now. Should I
Yeah.
put on my, should I be incognito for this?
No, not at all. It just goes to the homepage for our OnlyFans homepage. I believe in the description, it says in capital letters, no nudes. It says it. So
It's Instagram.
I'm sure
I don't know
that
how to use the internet.
yeah, who gives a shit? I'm fairly certain that this is somebody who expected a lot more than what they got.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And now she don't like her fans. So I wanted to sniff her toes and she wouldn't let me.
Barbells X bikinis. Here we are.
Yes.
$25 a month. I can bundle it. And for $67.47, I can get 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's $24.99 too expensive.
Nice. Say hi to your muscle mommy. That's the first thing it says there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me. It wants to. Should I allow them to drop cookies on my computer? I'm gonna get out of here. There you go. I think you got it right. I don't even have to guess. I was gonna say like somebody went up to her in an airport, but she works for Impact. They don't fly them anywhere.
No, and I'm willing to bet that's probably what it is. And you know, if you're gonna use OnlyFans, to make some extra cash, that does not mean that you should be subjected to people treating you like shit.
That's right.
That doesn't give you the right. That's like saying
sex work's real work.
Exactly. If you wear if a woman wears tight-fitting clothing or something that you find very attractive, that doesn't give you the right to slap her ass. That's not, what's the line that I love? And I'm forgetting. Well, I mean, it's your own fault. No, that doesn't work that way.
No.
But I'm willing to bet that that's what happened with that guy.
Excellent. Jordan Grace, 25 years old, 11 years of experience. Come to Stardom.
Making that money. Go to Stardom.
Kill it. Go to Stardom for a tour. Kill it.
Kill it.
Quick. All right. Let's see. What do we got? Okay. Kenny Omega did an interview with Meltzy. Basically coming down to the only thing that stood out was that he said Cody Rhodes kind of had a different vision. Cody Rhodes really wanted to go after Vince, and the other guys didn't. They had different ideas of what they wanted AEW to be. And there you go. Rumors are that Cody wanted more his booking control, and they didn't want to give it back to him. Meaning Tony Khan. That's why he left. Thoughts?
I mean, first of all, no reason you can exist in that plane and not have to. There doesn't have to be animosity, right? You can have two business. They don't have to cut each other's throats because they do the same thing. So that's just silly. Number two, we've learned from the past that if you are a wrestling company and you go up against Vince and your plan is to take him out, you're gonna fucking lose.
Right.
There's whether his vision is what you perceive as the right way that you're supposed to do wrestling, doesn't matter. He's going to fucking massacre you. So, I mean, just the simple fact that we talked about this a while back when they were, we did better numbers than that half hour of SmackDown when they overlapped. And then you realized, yeah, you did better numbers because they were relegated to FS1 because of the World Series. Right. And that's a cable network that not everybody gets.
Right.
That's not part of the basic package. So, I mean, you're never going to beat them. So that right there should have been that may have been like this dude's just, this isn't the vision. The vision is to do wrestling the way we want to do it, not fuck everybody. Let's just take this guy out. Maybe that was Cody's, maybe that's the way he felt. I mean, obviously we're never going to know for sure.
No, we'll never know.
Yeah.
Or as corny as everything is, we'll find out everybody's story and it'll all be different.
Mm-hmm.
But if Kenny Omega is to be believed, and there's absolutely no animosity, this was kind of his vision for the company was different than the Bucks and Meltzy's, or not Meltzy. Meltzy's got no vision for the company. Kenny Omega's vision. So, parting of the ways. Like I said last week, you could always come back in a couple of years, make some money off Vince and come back if that's what he's going to do. Are you stoked to go watch Cody on Raw? Did you watch Raw this week, hoping to watch Cody? Because I saw on Twitter some people sat through 3 hours of Raw and Cody didn't show up.
No, I didn't care.
Why would anyone do that to themselves?
I don't know. First of all, Cody, not really that exciting at any point in his career, so that's not somebody I would suffer through 3 hours of television to watch. He's nobody to be like, I need to see this when it happens. I'll see it tomorrow.
Punk showing up in Chicago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that was must see TV.
And I believe that was when I was homesick and I woke up just to watch him show up in Chicago because we knew he was going to show up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like that was must-see TV. And I made it through that episode. It was also a fucking hour and it happened at the beginning. So, I think I may have turned the TV off or changed the channel to something a little bit more quiet right after the CM Punk thing took place. So, and, this dude, he's not CM Punk. I mean, come on.
No, he's not.
He never was.
I think he is, but he's not.
He's not.
And the show must go on. And it did. AEW Dynamite. Here we go. Let's dive in. I'm going to make a vow to you, to Brandon, who died, to be resurrected next week, hopefully. I'm going to start watching the show later in the week. I tend to watch it right away or watch it in a kind of mindset where I'm not coherent. Because I'm like, let me bang this out real quick. Well, I'm on my phone now, looking at boobs. Got all my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So, fill in anything you can because I don't remember anything. CM Punk promo. So CM Punk comes out. He does his. Oh, excuse me. I just had a security alert. I'm sure it's going to come across the podcast. I'm sorry. He sits cross-legged in the ring. He does his whole MJF thing. MJF comes out. And he pulls out this picture of MJF getting something signed, probably the photo signed. And MJF looks like such a little creep. It's so good. I thought this was great. Chris, thoughts?
I thought this promo was fucking brilliant. I think you forget how good CM Punk is on the mic. I love the way this worked out. I love the way how he came out to argue, him being MJF. He came out to argue and had nothing to fucking say. I also, in the beginning of the show, I was excited, and I still am, but I was excited that they're going to do this match as a dog collar match. This CM Punk, there are very few people. I think there are very few people in professional wrestling today that can pull off the severity of that match. There are only 3 people in AEW that I think can do it and really get it over as to how dangerous it should be without it getting too gimmicky. And one of them is lower on that scale because he would end up making it too gimmicky. And that's CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, and to a lesser extent, only because that's his thing and it's what he does, Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
Right. Jon Moxley would end up turning it into like just an extreme match, that's what Jon Moxley does. I'm not knocking Moxley, but I think that the only 2 guys on that roster that can convey that emotion well enough would be CM Punk and Bryan Danielson, and that's it. And I think I'm actually really looking forward to this. This is really good. I would have liked it to have been, I would have liked to have had MJF maybe seriously just kind of gotten the needle to him a little bit more to where there was a lot more bad blood other than just the one match.
Right.
You know what I mean? Other than just losing the match in Chicago. I mean, that was good, but I would have liked to have seen it going on for longer, but these guys blow through shit. And then the other thing is that I found out later in the show, I forgot that they already had a dog collar match between Cody Rhodes and Brody Lee. Mm-hmm. And so it almost took a little bit. I was like, oh, it's going to be awesome. Oh, wait, they did it already. And then they're going to be comparing it to Brody Lee. And
no way. This is going to be way better. I think it's going to be way better.
Oh, this is going to be great. But it's just like, I'm going to have to listen. Because every time now I hear Brody Lee, I think of what a fucking shitbag his wife is and how everybody treated people like shit according to like he died and people were trying to be cool. And they were like, yeah, you don't really know him.
She's
you
weird,
didn't know
man.
him. Don't even know his fucking name.
She always pops up in my Twitter feed, like going after like wrestling fans in like a weird way. I don't know, man. I mean, she backstage writing. What's she doing?
Who knows, man? Who knows?
I don't know what's going on.
You know?
Jesus, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. You were never in there. Shut up. Who cares?
Right. Nobody
God.
cares. Sorry, we liked your husband. R.I.P. We like your husband and kids. I don't know you.
I don't know. You're never on TV.
Get out of here. So yeah, we're getting dog collar match. I was not stoked about this. Not a big fan of the bull rope dog collar matches, but I think they're going to make the best of it. I think it'll be fun. So that's our first matchup announced for the pay-per-view, I believe. That was the first one, right?
Yeah. Can I just add something to it real quick? I think you have the ultimate storyteller in CM Punk versus one of the better swarmy slimeball heels in wrestling right now. So I think that should overcome the fact that they're in this gimmick match.
Right.
Yeah. Because I'm sure that this is a CM Punk gets the call as to what we do and how we do it here.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is going to be all about callbacks to Valentine and Piper too, so it should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say everybody go out. Didn't we do that? Did we do that match?
Yeah,
No,
we did. Yeah, we did.
We did do that match.
Yeah, it was one of my first ones.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, go out there and check that out if you can. Greg Valentine versus Roddy Piper in a dog collar match, because they're going to do a lot of callbacks. Trust me.
Yeah, I believe it's Starrcade 1.
Starrcade 1. There you go. All right, next, Lee Moriarty versus Bryan Danielson. Chris, go ahead.
This was good.
Let me give a little. I forget there's only two of us now. So Danielson Moriarty, decent match. Danielson goes to the promo. Moxley comes out. Doesn't say no, but he says, if I'm going to stand next to you, if we're going to stand side by side, we're going to have to bleed together first. Chris.
I mean, we're getting, I would assume, pay-per-views, Mox versus Daniel Bryan in some sort of massacre, and whatever the outcome, I think two of these are going to end up together, because if they're not, what's the point of doing all this?
What's this pay-per-view called? Revolution?
Revolution. Yeah.
Yeah, keep going.
And I was on the fence about this pay-per-view. I no longer have my wicked ways of watching pay-per-views for free. But this is worth the gamble for me. And I think I'm probably going to come home and order it.
It is not officially announced yet. I got the list in front of me. We'll go over it after after we talk about the weekly.
Yeah, I figured they'll announce it probably next week.
What'd you think of Lee Moriarty in a big spot?
I think I would like to see a lot more of this. You know, we do complain about the fact that like these guys are they're getting a little too much on the upper echelon guys, like these
top
lower
of the card guys.
But this is also a guy you're looking to push. If you're looking to push him, it's a totally different animal. Mm-hmm. And Lee Moriarty, they're really behind him. So, you know, good. I liked this match. I liked the way it ended. I liked everything about it. And I think they did a really good job. But I think a lot of that has to do with fucking Bryan Danielson, right?
Yep.
I mean,
yeah,
you're in there with a fucking master.
Yeah, I think Moriarty looked great. He still looks a little clunky at times, and he looks rushed. That's part of being young, I guess. Young in the business.
Exactly.
All right, Face of the Revolution qualifier match. Wardlow versus Max Caster. This went exactly how I said it was going to go. Squash, but Caster got some offense in. They hit him in the back of the head with a chain, I believe.
I don't know what was that.
What was that?
I don't know. I think I may have been chopping vegetables for dinner watching this.
Sean Spears used his chair. If I remember correctly, Sean Spears tried to interfere, but ended up interfering on accident for the Acclaimed.
Yes.
But this was good. Wardlow looked great, and Caster didn't look bad. He's a fucking shit-eating heel. So go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. We knew it was going to happen. It's just I would rather him still be beating up baby faces just to kind of camouflage the fact that we're probably going to get a face turn on this. But, you know, still, it's always good to see Caster get beat up. I love it. I think they're doing a great fucking job. Other than his indiscretions, I guess, his mistakes earlier on last year. Was it last year, late last year? But well, no, here's
Way
the
better.
thing too. Wait, here's the thing too. Like when he was saying like inappropriate shit during his rap. Here's the thing. Also, maybe somebody should have stepped in and been like, "Yo, dude, what the fuck? Don't
Yeah,
say this."
they did posthumously.
I mean,
Instead,
really,
they
like,
suspended. Yeah.
yeah, they suspended the guy, but we don't know. Maybe they told him not to, and he did it anyway. So we don't know. But but not every idea you have is fucking brilliant or appropriate. And maybe he thought it was a good idea, and nobody was there to go, "Yo, not a good idea. To go do something else." So, but I
Maybe they
actually
gave him
like.
the old.
Go ahead.
Maybe they gave him the old run it by the other guy you're going to make fun of first before you just start saying it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I like these guys. I love to see them get beat up. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good. They're good. Good guys to get the shit kicked out of them, and they're
Mhm.
good enough in the ring that you can heat them up and make them a tag title contender with no
Yeah.
work whatsoever.
Yeah.
A couple wins on Dark, beat a guy, and then go, "Hey, we're challenging for the tag titles,"
Exactly.
and then have them lose. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
have them lose on Wednesday night, or open the show on Friday and have them lose. That's perfect.
all right, I'm gonna skip this. I think. Now Adam Cole comes in during a Hangman Page promo, and then Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly come out. They start attacking Adam Page. The New Order, the Dark Order, Blue Monday's New Order came running in, and number 10 New Order guy just starts beating the shit out of everybody. I had to learn online that apparently it's a joke that number 10 man does coke and steroids on being the elite or something. Right? Is this the same? Is this the right show?
Yeah. Where he came in, he beat up all the local talent.
Yeah, the security guards.
Yeah, which had made no fucking sense whatsoever. And I was just like, another. I'm in the kitchen with the TV on, and I'm chopping vegetables for dinner, and I'm watching. They're doing a promo, and I'm watching. And they beat up. Adam Cole and his buddies beat up Hangman Page, and then the Dark Order, New Order comes out, and then number 10. I look back, I'm like, oh, okay, they're gonna clear the ring, and then all of a sudden I see guys flying out of the ring, and I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, why?
He's fucking huge.
He is. And apparently, if you watch a really fucking bad, I'd rather watch 3 hours of Raw to see if Cody Rhodes shows up to watch fucking 5 minutes of being the elite.
Let's see what he looks like. Why they have him in a mask? Is he ugly? Let's see. Preston Vance. He's whatever. He's not exactly the best looking guy in the world, but
He's a dude with a face.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. He would fit in perfectly in, as Preston Vance in AEW. Or not AEW, and NXT. Hey, Preston Vance is here. That's a made up name. So there you go. He's going to face Adam Cole on Rampage. You might as well go to that. And then that match happened. There you go, Chris. Thoughts?
Yeah, that was the end of it. A big surprise. Adam Cole beat one of the guys from the New Order.
New Order. R.I.P. He's dead. Go back to training. All right. The Inner Circle implodes. Santana and Ortiz versus Jericho and Jake Hager. Jake Hager.
Oh my God.
Looking fucking ripped and wearing those rad ass like cat skin fucking trunks.
Yeah.
I was into this. He looked great.
He was terrifying looking, dude. Seriously.
Yeah. Skinny ass legs.
Yeah, but knowing the level at which he competed, he was All-American, I think, for Oklahoma or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, that dude is a fucking legit badass. And fucking now he's super skinny and ripped. Yeah. Fucking
he's
terrifying.
Ripped. Thoughts on this match? I was shocked that this was good.
Yeah, I mean, once again, it's a faction that should have split up. It was almost a faction that always seemed forced to me in the beginning, like they wanted a heel faction running the joint, so they gave Jericho the option to pick who he wanted to go with, right? Because if you notice, all these guys were on the podcast right before AEW really got rolling, and so I mean, it is what it is. It was a decent tag team match. The most impressive thing, like I said about it, was how fucking ridiculous Jake Hager looked. And you know, we're gonna get Jericho eats the pin, and we're gonna get a battle between oh no, we're gonna get fucking television time next week between Jericho and fucking Eddie Kingston, who was at ringside for this match. You know, and it's like it's almost like Jericho knows what he used to be able to do to get gold out of, and that's just weird shit that he would get over during times where he wasn't really doing anything, like off hours, like, you know, they'd all be in the ring for some match fucking contract signing in WWE, and he would say or do or sit a certain way or stand a certain way or wear a certain piece of clothing and get it the fuck over, and then all of a sudden be like on top again. And now it's almost like he's like, well, I don't really want to wrestle or need to wrestle. Let's just do these sit downs and get togethers, and we're all going to talk in the ring. And they're not going the way they used to go. Like
right.
He's that one last 2 weeks ago when one of either Santana or Ortiz grabbed him by the neck, and it kind of was like, this is really kind of weird, and
it looked real. Like, you know, I love that because it looked real.
It did
like
look
Jericho's face was like he was really getting choked. It was good.
You know,
if you've ever done the double choke on people when you're mad but you don't really want to hit them.
Yeah.
Where everybody's got their hand on each other's throat.
Yeah.
And just
no, it was very realistic, and that's why I think kind of got like, oh, is this real?
Kill you. Good stuff. I actually enjoyed this. I can't believe I'm going to put over to say that Jericho was good, but
Jericho's plugs look fantastic.
They look great.
Fantastic, like shit. But let's
head Quillman. He's Quillman.
Porcupine quill sticking out in front of his head.
Yep. No DQ match. Thunder Rosa versus Mercedes Martinez. This is a good match. It's the first time I noticed them stalling during. I was actually watching picture in picture, which I never do.
Oh,
but I was eating and watching picture in picture, and they set that table up, and you could see the referee stalling them, and Mercedes Martinez keeps talking to the referee while they're shista in on the ring apron, and then then he gives her the go, and then they did the spot through the table, which of course they bounced off of because nobody goes through tables in the women's division ever. Chris, thoughts? This is a good match.
Well, first, Jim, for the benefit of our watchers and listeners, could you please explain Shista Adasha Shista to them?
Okay. Well, Shista Dasha Shista is a combination of Cactus Jack.
Yes.
And Olympic strongman. No, not Olympic strongman. What was he called? Multiple Mr. Olympia, Lee Haney.
Oh, yes.
Because we were teenagers. We used to go out on the weekend, drink in the woods, and watch Lee Haney's workout on ESPN at like 2:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like an inspiration for us, Lee Haney. When we worked out in our gyms, our friends' gyms or whatever, there would be Lee Haney pictures. I remember in Fred's garage, Fred was a friend of ours.
Who looked like Fred Flintstone.
He looked like Fred Flintstone. His name was actually John, but he looked like Fred Flintstone, so he was Fred. When you laid down on his bench and you looked up at the ceiling, there's just a cutout picture of Lee Haney's face, like
yeah.
But Lee Haney, when he worked out, he goes, yes, we got to, yes. He used to do that. So Shista Duchess Shista was a combination of Shis and Cactus E-Jack. There you go.
All right.
And it's worked into the lexicon and it's never left.
Yep.
And never will.
Nope.
But anyway, the match is good. And Jamie Hayter, they turn on Mercedes Martinez, so that's what we're getting. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I'm not going to shit on this match, but I will tell you I've seen this thing. It was fine, but it's at this point, chairs and things being thrown at one another and tables. It's just a yawn. At this point, I will say I could have done without fucking Cobra Kai, dude.
Yeah. Okay. So
fuck.
Yeah.
Did they announce him being there?
They did a backstage segment, and he was in the backstage segment.
Okay.
And then he was at ringside. I was kind of like, oh, okay, that's that dude from Karate Kid and the TV show Cobra Kai, which I don't watch, but like, oh, okay, that's cool, but I don't really get why he's there. What's he there for? It's not like they were like, Arnold Schwarzenegger comes out and goes, come and see my movie, End of Days. He was just kind of out. He's like, yeah, you know what to do.
Was it, maybe he was just in Nashville.
That's possible.
Maybe they were just like, yeah, you want to do this show? We'll give you a couple bucks. And he said, sure.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh, he came, or it's situations like, we started watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show. I didn't make it all the way through, but it's a fun enough show. But there's an episode where John Ritter, the comedic actor from Three's Company, he just suddenly shows up one day and he's a robot, and he's an abusive robot stepdad.
Of course he wouldn't be. He's got to be a stepdad.
Right, stepdad. But he, I always wondered, like, do you think his kids watched the show and he was just like, you know what? Let me see if I can get on this show and not tell them. And they're going to be watching the new season and I'm going to pop up in one of these episodes. I think this is a situation like that, like where he's like, oh, my kids really enjoy AEW. Let me hit them up. They're going to be in Nashville. Maybe they'll put me on the show.
Maybe that could be it. Yeah, sure.
Otherwise, I can't think of a single reason why he was on it.
No, because they didn't even mention. I don't think they mentioned the show.
I don't think so either.
I don't know. I don't watch the show. I couldn't be bothered with looking at anything with fucking
what's his
whatever
name?
his name is.
Tommy Morello, Danny Aiello,
Danny LaRusso. What's his name?
What's his name?
And Cheech Marin. I don't fucking know.
Tommy Chong.
I don't fucking know. What the fuck is the guy's name? No. Ralph Macchio.
Ralph Macchio. I always typed in Double Dragon as the TV show. That's the video game.
Well, you know, it's funny too, because Stern always mentions about how he talks about Howard Stern. Sorry.
Oh, Howard Stern.
He talks about watching that show. And he's like, some people watch it. All he talks about is how bad and unbelievable the karate is.
Oh, right. Well,
yeah, it's fucking terrible. Like the fact that Ralph Macchio is doing karate is fucking completely unbelievable.
Karate, man.
I've never seen it, so I can't say shit. That's one of those ones so many people have asked me to watch or told me. I'm sorry. So many people have told me I have to watch that just out of fucking spite. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Nope.
So we're getting, we'll talk about that anyway. TNT Championship match. Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin. This is pretty awesome. Chris, thoughts?
This match was this match.
Yes.
But Andrade
more
came
importantly.
out. More importantly, the king, our Lord and Savior Andrade came out and smashed Darby Allin with an iPad.
With the iPad that he wouldn't
sign. On it.
Yeah.
He had a skull on it. He's got his skull mask is on the iPad when he smashes him over the face with it. So, good match. I mean, they actually worked injuries. I did notice at one point they were talking about how badly he was whacking. Darby Allin was working Sammy Guevara's knee, and then he immediately did a moonsault off the middle rope. So, there's that.
No. How about this? He jumped from the second rope to the top rope and then did this giant jumping thing. And you're like, oh, his knee is so hurt.
His knee hurts him.
All right, Omega. I have to watch you enough on the shitty, or not Omega. Osprey. I got to watch you enough on fucking New Japan with this bullshit.
Yeah. So,
but we get El Idolo though, and
that's all that matters.
And his iPad.
Well, it's the assistant came out first.
Yes.
And something happened. Something happened to the assistant. I forget. Maybe he got hit by Sting. Yeah, I think Sting.
Yes, Sting
grabbed him and beat him up, and then. But we also, after the match, then get Matt Hardy out there. Matt Hardy and Andrade are on the same page here.
Yes, they are.
It's so good. And I'm sorry, I'm really digging anything that's because Matt Hardy's, let's be honest, he's a fucking idiot and he does it so well. Like, he's just so like, oh my God, he's such a fucking idiot. I love watching it.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it was good. Made me happy.
I guess we're getting Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara, I guess. Who's the guy he's wrestling? Who was the guy he was beating up? It wasn't Sammy, was it? Yeah, it was Sammy.
Well, they were beating them all up. I think we're going to.
I think he was on top of them, pummeling them.
Yeah. I don't. Who knows? Yeah, he was. He definitely was. But I don't know what we'll see how this plays out this week, because because you also have like the chance of a triple threat. You have all kinds of different little things that could happen here. So I don't know what they're going to do. I do hope honestly that I'm about 50-50. Whatever they do, 50% of me doesn't want Matt Hardy involved in it because the guy can't move worth the shit. But then the other half of me wants him involved in whatever because he moves so badly. It's a fucking riot to watch him try to work. Yes.
His frizzy ass hair, over processed hair, and him not being able to move. I love it.
It's lack of hips.
Yes. No hip.
No hip, Matt Hardy.
I think it's just like he's like a potato with two sticks stuck in the bottom of it. That's how he moves.
Yeah. It's a potato head doll.
Wobbling. All right, let's move on to Rampage. We already covered the one match. It's the Revolution qualifying match. Dante Martin versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs wins. Dante Martin looked good in this. Dante Martin's tag partner comes back, right? Thoughts, Chris?
I love this. I love where they're going with this Face of the Revolution. You got 3 dudes in there, and they're all giant.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a minute.
Yeah. So, I really like this match. There's really not much to say. Dante Martin always, it's like he does shit and you're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like I see him do things. I turned away for a minute and I turned back and he's corkscrewing 50 feet in the air to land on Powerhouse Hobbs. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, insane.
Yeah. So he's a hell of an athlete and he's really fun to watch. His face, his mannerisms betray his wrestling style because he's always kind of like defeated looking.
Yeah, he's baby face apparel.
Yeah. Then he comes out and he's all over the place. But no, I like this match a lot. And I was glad Powerhouse Hobbs. I fucking love Powerhouse Hobbs. It's got a great
Powerhouse
look and,
team. Powerhouse.
It's fucking great.
Yeah. The Professor's 5-minute rookie challenge. Unsurprisingly,
poor woman
beat this poor woman to death. Angelica Risk. High risk getting into the ring.
Oh man.
This is good though. I mean, I like this. They're building. Thoughts?
Yeah. I mean,
she's just gonna come back, I guess, flying into the ring to beat her up. I don't know.
This is such a. We talk about this all the time, man, and it was part of the art that has been lost since definitely the 80s and a little bit into the 90s is the fucking squash. Because what people don't realize is, when you and I would watch the squash matches on Saturday afternoons when we were kids, it was watching the dude, like seeing the star. That was part of it. But a big part of it was fucking watching these guys get beat up. And it just, just like looking at him and go, oh my God, look at this fucking dude. And that's what I thought when I saw, and was it Angelica
Risk.
And I was just
board game.
I was like, oh no. And yeah, she just got her ass handed to her and it was fucking tremendous.
It's definitely a moment, like you said, with the old school watching Sid Justice beat the shit out of some chubby guy in a fucking unitard. As soon as they said her name and they showed her, she was like, yeah, let's go. All right. And you're just like, oh my God, this one's going to
be so bad.
It's going to be so bad.
It's going to be so bad.
She's flopping and getting the shit kicked out of her. It was really good. I enjoyed this.
Definitely.
Jay White's debut on AEW. He goes against Trent Beretta. Thoughts? This is good.
Yeah, it was a good match. I mean, obviously we know where it's going. But it was cool to see Jay White on a major television show in the U.S.
Yes.
On a major network. He's a hell of a fucking one. I mean, you and I watched him since he was a young boy.
Mm-hmm.
And just to see where he's at now. I mean, this dude's fun. And we knew it back then, right? I mean, like you could tell when he was a young lion that he was going to be somebody. It was a hell of a fucking match. So I really enjoyed this. I was kind of like, oh, is this going to be, because like Trent Beretta, he's just like a dude.
He is, yeah. I know he's big with the fan base, but he's just kind of a dude. He's a mid-face babyface, or
he's a
mid-card babyface. He's a mid-face baby card.
Baby card mid-face. But good to see Jay White, and hopefully we get something good, maybe an Orange Cassidy match at hopefully we'll see Jay White at Revolution or whatever the pay-per-view is. That would be lovely.
Yes. There you go. 2 pretty good matches or episodes of AEW this week. We got a good week of wrestling.
I will say this, if you don't mind. I was thinking about this today. I think because they did the slam dunk, and they showed it earlier. Mm-hmm. It was actually aired at 7:00 or something on.
I forgot to mention that.
Friday night. Yeah, it was an early show because they had All-Star stuff. I really think, I mean, and who knows, maybe they tried to do this and they couldn't, but I think they really kind of missed an opportunity to just really shoot it and to like get some rub off the NBA by maybe doing a show in Cleveland early on Friday if they were able to do it. Maybe they wanted to and they just couldn't, just the way
Are you
things
talking
lined
about
up.
when they were in Cleveland?
No. I mean, like being able to try to get back into some place in the Cleveland area to get because you would have had, I think they missed an opportunity. Like I said, maybe they tried and they couldn't do it, but I just think they maybe missed an opportunity to get a bunch of NBA dudes in the front row because, as we all know, pro athletes love fucking going to wrestling. So I don't know. I just thought it would have been. I think they had, because it was. I'm sorry, it was the All-Star weekend for the NBA. I think that they, maybe missed an opportunity there as to piggyback off of that. But whatever. I mean, it's just something I noticed.
In Nashville.
They were in Nashville, right?
I guess it's not that far from.
Well, maybe you try to get the live show. Maybe you do maybe try to do a 2-hour Rampage and do the live show on a Friday. I mean, I'm sure the logistics were a fucking nightmare. I'm just saying, I think they really, I was surprised I should say I was surprised that they didn't try to link the two up in some way, shape, or form. Whatever. Like I said, maybe nothing was available for them.
But they weren't in the same city.
Well, right. But you can not do, or you can do a show on Friday if you get a place to do a show in Cleveland on a Friday.
Oh, you're saying
right?
Like something that's not Rampage.
Right, exactly. Or even have like, whatever. Yeah, something that's not Rampage. I was surprised that they didn't do something. You know how like NXT would do shit at the Arnold Classic. Right? They would try to attach themselves up to the other products on the network. Right? I'm surprised they didn't do anything in Cleveland at all on Friday or Saturday.
Okay, I was a little confused.
See what I'm saying? Yeah,
so you're saying both shows are broadcast by TBS, TNT. Why not try to get them meshed together in some kind of balance?
All right, so I'm going to interrupt you real quick again too. So we have a stray cat. I don't want to say issue. We have stray cats in the neighborhood,
and
you're in
kind of a wooded area.
Yeah, and one of them is standing right out my back door, staring at me through my sliding glass door right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been doing it quite often the last couple of days. No, are you kidding me? Get the hell out of here. So, but he's looking. He wants in. He wants to know what's going on in here. He just ran away.
You scared him away.
Who cares?
All right, do you want to talk about next week's episode, or do you want to talk about the pay-per-view first?
Why don't we talk about next week's episode first?
Okay, next week's episode. Ooh, what do we got? Live from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Ooh, they're in Vince's backyard.
Vince's backyard.
We're in your backyard, Vince. Yes.
Tag team battle royal. Determine one of the teams who will be part of the AEW Tag Team Championship match at AEW Revolution. Young Bucks, Red Dragon 2.0, Proud and Powerful, and many other teams are going to take part. Stoked?
That's going to be a fucking mess, but it's a means to an end.
See, I want to see how many screw ups they have. I'm a big fan.
Battle Royals at the pits.
Yeah. House of Black and Pac. No, House of Black versus Pac and Seattle Miedo. So they teased another member of the House of the Black Throne. And it sure as hell looked like Buddy Murphy.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that.
They did a promo. I think it was on Rampage.
Okay.
Sure as hell looked like Buddy Murphy back there. Thoughts?
Buddy Murphy's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but
Do you know what his name is in the Indies? Is he still Buddy Murphy?
I have no idea.
I'll find out. Go ahead.
But I'm more interested in what alternate personality Penta is digging up. A couple weeks ago, he was digging up something. Is he coming back as the ninja?
I hope so. Death Ninja.
That'd be great. Maybe
Skeleton with his arm breaker.
Maybe with El Maestro.
I mean, nice.
Remember that? Yeah, maybe we get a little
Vampiro.
Vampiro throwing tax.
Oh, please. Although that was a great storyline. I don't want to see Vampiro.
No.
Buddy Matthews he's wrestling as. Buddy Matthews. That fits really well in with Malachi Black. Malachi Black.
I'm Malachi.
Brody King and Buddy Matthews, your suburban neighbor.
I'm Malachi. This is Brody, and this is our friend. Hey, how you doing? I'm Buddy.
Hi, buddy Matthew.
I'm Buddy. How you doing? Like it.
What? I
Like
wonder what
it.
his name's gonna be.
Vampiro.
Oh, God, it's Vampiro comes out.
Can't move.
They did a AAA show, I think, was this past weekend, and El Phoenix. Phoenix was there, like trying to run into the ring and fuck shit up, but he's injured. So, is he going to be in this?
Who knows? These
Buddy Matthews is
Buddy. This is our friend. This is our third. His name. Hey, I'm Buddy. It's like fucking. This is like what we do in the shadows. If he comes out like, his name's Buddy.
Yeah.
This is like Colin Robinson. This is.
Yes, he's Colin Robinson. He's the Colin Robinson.
He's the Colin Robinson of the crew.
That's who he is.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
He doesn't actually wrestle. He just tells really boring stories and sucks the energy out of them.
You'll see him in the crowd like with his glowing eyes.
Glowing eyes.
which I find quite disturbing whenever you catch him in the background. Like,
so creepy.
It's creepy as hell.
Chris Jericho and Eddie Kingston face off. We talked about this. We're stoked on this.
Yeah, flush this right down the toilet.
TBS Championship match. Matt Hardy has answered Jade Cargill. Mind you, I'm on itnwwe.com. Try that again. Matt Hardy has answered Jade Cargill's open challenge with AHFO's Bunny set to take on the TBS champion. Okay, we asked for it. Somebody that can work against Jade Cargill. We're going to get it. Here we go. Thoughts?
We'll see what happens, right? Like I said, Jade Cargill's still at that point where I think she needs somebody not only to be, somebody's got to carry her to a point. I mean, some of these matches have not been pretty.
Okay. So I agree with you, by the way. I'm looking at their later on. They have House of Black, Malakia Black.
Malakia.
Malikali, Malikala. All right, so what do we have here? We got the Young Bucks, 2.0, Red Dragon, FTR, Proud and Powerful, Best Friends, Butcher and the Blade, Private Party, John Silver and Alex Reynolds, and my favorite, the Gun Club. That's who we have in the tag thing. There you go.
There you go. Mess.
All right, here we go. So Revolution, it's March 6th, so that's what, 2 full weeks?
Two Sundays.
2 Sundays.
Week and a half.
What we got so far? Face of the Revolution ladder match. So far we got Keith Lee versus Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs, and then we got TBD coming. Meaty men slapping meat.
It's going to be fun.
Yep.
Breaking ladders.
So I guess the smaller guy, we're going to have smaller guys win these other matches just to have guys to catch.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess. I don't know who's in the other matches, so we'll see.
They didn't announce them yet.
They'll have to have one on, 2 on Wednesdays or whatever they'll do. We'll see.
One on Wednesday, one on Friday. No, it'll be tomorrow, Friday, and then Wednesday. They'll have another one, right? That'll be 3 dudes.
There you go. 3 dudes.
Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus with Christian Cage versus TBD and TBD. So are they having 2 ladder matches, or it's the 2 teams remaining get through?
No, so, I think it's the Battle Royal, 2 teams remaining. The last 2 people in the Battle Royal, their team gets through.
So anybody can be thrown out of the Battle Royal.
Right.
So if you're a member of your team gets thrown out, are you also eliminated?
Yes. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah,
no.
It might not be. I think everybody's just in it.
Yeah, who knows?
You should make it a lumberjack match. They're fun.
They should make it a lumberjack battle royal. That would be fucking great.
There'd be so many dudes. 30-man battle royal with 30 dudes outside the ring.
War Games style.
Mm-hmm. In a
with
cage.
Cages
with a roof.
Dudes around the cage. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Horrific.
Dog collar match. CM Punk versus MJF. We're stoked on that.
Yes.
Singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. So it's official. We're getting this. Thoughts?
I think we're in that position that Brandon complains about constantly, and I agree with him that they get these champions that are champion for way too fucking long. I'm there with Britt Baker. This joke is old at this point. I'm just done with it. I mean, really.
I just think there's more options with Thunder Rosa as your champ for more exciting matchups.
Oh,
And of
yeah.
course, we're behind Thunder Rosa because we really like her.
Right.
I don't dislike Britt Baker, but as you said, it's run its course. There's only a couple baby faces that are believable. Two of them are in Japan right now. One broke her collarbone. So yeah, I think Thunder Rosa, you get more options for some interesting matchups, and I'm into it. Thunder Rosa versus Jamie Hayter would be fun. Throw the bunny in there again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about Britt Baker is that, like, you know, she's fantastic as a character. She's good on the mic. You know, she's a great heel. But how many times could you keep a belt because you cheat? It just gets old after a while. And that's how they seem to do it with all their heels, which is just like, oh, now look, if you're MJF, you punch somebody with that ring every match you're in, right? But he's a shitbag, right? So it just feeds into that because eventually there's going to be a comeuppance, which I assume we're going to get at the pay-per-view. But like with fucking Britt Baker, where it's like, you know, you have the dummies and then the dummies come down and then the bad guys, the baby faces foil the dummy plan because they're dipshits and they can't get anything done. And then the heel actually takes advantage of it and then she wins. It's every time she's in the ring and it's just old at this point.
Yeah.
You know?
Do love Britt Baker, but I'm ready for a change.
Yeah. So do I.
I don't know if it's going to happen yet, though. I'm a little worried it's not going to.
Well, what I want, honestly, and this isn't going to happen, but I was thinking this the other day. You just get like, you know, because Britt Baker's like a shitbag heel, and you have Serena Deeb fucking tear through everybody, including the shitbag heel fucking champion, and win the title.
I think so. Well, no, I don't think she's gonna. I think we're gonna get Thunder Rosa versus Serena Deeb.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, like, I would love to see like a fucking or one of those two, but I would love to see, like, you know, you're a bad guy, you're a shitbag. Well, I'm a fucking bigger shitbag. I'm a bigger asshole, and I'm tougher than you.
They cheer Britt Baker anyway.
Yeah, I know. She's babyface.
Hangman Adam Page versus. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. It's fucking
Facey babe.
Off this. Get off.
Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole for singles match for the AEW World Championship. I guess we'll go over this next week. We'll do the whole card. We know what it is. Chris.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll be honest with you. I could have used a break from Adam Cole, I think. You know, he came right from WWE.
He got a break. He was on Dark and Rampage for a little while, and
I don't know. I could have used a year off. You know, we're back. You understand what you just? I mean, look, I could have used it. I'm just saying that. Like,
it also doesn't help that we watched NXT at the beginning of recording this thing, and we were watching AEW, so we had a smooth transition into nonstop Adam Cole.
He left.
Just tired of him. I don't get it. I get it.
Well, he left one, went to another, and he came into the other promotion exactly the way he left, with the same hanging out with the same dudes.
He's hanging out with the same dudes.
Just like, oh God, you know. And that I wanted to talk. I forgot to say that earlier. The dynamic between the two tag teams, the Young Bucks and Red Dragon, is just like, you know, it's this fucking forced fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. We're just gonna argue constantly about dumb shit. Just like, oh God, give me a fucking break. Just had it.
Do we think Adam Cole's winning this?
I don't think so. No.
All right, I'm gonna put this seed in your head.
Okay.
Jay White's gonna screw over Adam Cole.
Oh, I think 100%.
That's just a seed. We don't know yet. We'll see where the story goes. It's a little early to be predicting that since he just showed up.
Yeah, but he's kind of going through and kicking people out of the Bullet Club.
Yep.
I'm into it.
Yeah, same here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think we covered it.
So what do we got? The Stardom show, Kamitani versus Natsupoi. That'll be a title match. You get Starlight Kid and Nazumi. That should be fucking insane. We got a couple things we'll check out once that's streaming.
Cool.
Of course I will have vetted all matches.
Yes.
There's also all kinds of drama. Like last year, it was kind of like personal drama. This year, we got faction drama in Stardom. So A lot of people brawling with each other, with prominence coming in. They're basically a faction coming in and brawling. Should be fun. This should be a fun show. There's a lot of good matches on it. But that's it. AEW, 2 weeks. We got the pay-per-view. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Nah, I think we
about NXT. Did anything crazy happen? No. Anything in
Oh,
WWE?
I will
had
tell you
that Saudi show. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I will tell you this though. I'm glad that I just remembered. I know nothing about the Saudi show. I know Brock Lesnar's a champion
Right.
again. But I will tell you this. I loved that, because the Saudi Arabia is such a wonderful country that women can't they have to wear clothes that cover their entire body.
Mm-hmm. And they have to be home by dark too.
They have to be home by dark. Yeah, it's a wonderful place to be doing fucking business with.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Ronda Rousey showing up in her judo gi was fucking brilliant.
It's pretty
Loved
cool.
It.
Yeah,
Loved
it's pretty
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Everything I read about it, I mean, I didn't watch a minute of it, so this is other people's observations that the men's elimination chamber match was terrible. But Brock Lesnar kicked the door in, and it was all his idea. Did you see Brock on? Did you catch Brock on a announcer guy kicker dude's show?
Smashing the table.
Yeah.
That's
It's like, yeah, do me a favor, don't break the table, and he just breaks the table.
what I want to know is what led to him saying, "Do me a favor, don't break the table, don't break the table."
He was like leaning all over it, and he was fucking with it, and he was moving and he just ripped it apart. I'm gonna check that. I'll check that out when I get some time. Apparently, it was very entertaining. Good. This version of Brock, this self-aware version of Brock, apparently, was pretty awesome. But it's not going to make me watch WWE. I'm sorry.
No, it's
I'll watch
not.
all the podcasts. I'll listen to all the podcasts and watch all the stuff about it, but I won't watch a minute of it.
Yeah, I mean, and especially since the guy you're talking about that you like to see, this self-aware version of Brock Lesnar shows up once, he's not active on every single episode. So what the fuck is the point, right?
Yeah. I think he's SmackDown only right now. Is he a SmackDown champ? No.
No, Roman's still.
That's Roman still, yeah.
Yeah, he's supposedly going to show up
never
SmackDown
watch
on
Raw.
Friday night.
I will never ever watch Raw again.
It's fucking.
I don't care how many people say it's good, and they don't. But if somebody's like, "Oh, Raw is so good right now," no, I'm not watching 3 hours of that. No fucking way.
I'll be honest with you. I was driving the truck today, and I was thinking to myself, like, these things go in cycles. Will we ever? Can you ever see this getting better?
No, we talked about it. What was it last week? We talked about it. It's a dead duck. Brandon said he's like, it's gone. This is a company that's getting set up to sell.
Yeah, like this, and then the model will change.
Yeah,
and if it is bought because Disney is streaming it overseas.
Yes, they are.
If it is bought by Disney,
India, I think they're streaming it in India.
Yeah. If it's bought by Disney, Disney knows Disney is there to make money. So Disney does what'll it do? First of all, whatever contract they have with USA and Fox is gone because they'll probably end up just streaming it on fucking Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Or maybe showing things from time to time on ESPN, ESPN Plus, or ABC.
Right.
That's where it'll go. It'll go to their properties. And if it means to do all your big business overseas in India, which they're fucking huge,
right?
That's what they'll do. They're there to make money.
It's one of these interesting markets. India is a huge pro wrestling market. Surprising that they weren't able to crack into China yet. WWE.
Well, they were trying to.
Yeah, they were, because remember Cena was over there and doing all the speaking of Mandarin and everything. Very interesting. They won't buy into. They don't think pro wrestling is. They're like, nah, man, it's not real. The government tells me he's real, but.
Well, that was the thing too. Remember when we never really talked about John Cena getting so much fucking heat for apologizing.
Because he mentioned Taiwan as a nation.
Right. Which,
China got mad.
And China got mad. But what kind of position was it? I feel bad for that dude.
Yeah.
Because that was, this, that if he didn't apologize for that Fast and Furious 6 or whatever it wasn't getting shown in that country. That's was right. It. Mm-hmm. Right. So what does Paramount do? Paramount turns to him and says, you got to go apologize or we're suing you for all the revenue that you're losing.
Right.
Over there. We're going to hold you responsible for it, which means you're never going to do another Paramount project again. And he was probably like, I'll do it. I'll apologize.
Right. I mean,
You know,
it's
he
a
was
paycheck,
probably under
got
so
it.
many, so many contractual obligations where they probably just nailed him to the wall about it. And
That's
people
a
are like,
podcast. That's an entire podcast series you can do about
yeah,
China's, influence on
yes,
modern American fucking entertainment.
I know it's
the NBA. Jesus
insanity.
Christ. It's
The
insane.
NBA, the only person that was a guy. He actually works for the Sixers. The guy that said that we shouldn't be pandering to the Chinese. He's
What is it? What was his
I'm
name?
I can't remember his name.
I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, he was a front office guy for Houston.
Right.
And the Sixers ended up scooping him up. I don't know enough about basketball to really get into who he was or what he did. The only person that stood up for him was fucking Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal came out and basically said, if I'm not mistaken, I could be completely wrong, but he was basically saying, like, why are we kowtowing to this? Why are we apologizing for this?
I just went on some kind of white supremacist website on accident.
Oh, enable cookies.
Oh, it's the National Review. I believe the National Review is like right-wing stuff. Oh,
Whatever. It gives you the answer as to who he is. What's the difference?
Can't find it. I don't care.
All right. Doesn't matter. Who cares?
Trump rips NBA. I don't really want to be diving into this. I'll get ads for the NBA content.
Yeah,
and
no,
I
you
don't fucking. Oh God.
Don't even do it.
Hey, listeners, tell us who this guy is.
Send us hate in your
Send us hate email. Tell us how we
Send us
pander to the
hate
Chinese.
mail. And tell us how we pander to the Chinese. Exactly.
Jim panders to the Japanese by covering Stardom.
Yeah.
What do you got on? You got any wrestling gear on today?
No, I have my Balance Studios comfy sweatshirt. It's like 22 years old.
Let's see it. I got a Miko Satomura shirt on.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
She rules.
She does rule. I love her.
Can't see her anymore. She's in WWE. I gotta watch it. All my favorites go to WWE. I can't see him. Io Shirai, Sarai.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. Welcome back, KAIRI. All right, let's get out of here.
Yep.
Join us this week and join us here every week on Wrestling is Hard. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at hard4wrestling. Subscribe and follow. Tell your friends. Follow us on YouTube. Wrestling is Hard Productions. For Brandon, who is working so hard in his warehouse
To death.
he's got so many spreadsheets open.
Poor fucking guy.
Salary work. And for Chris, I'm Jim, and we'll be back here next week.